Speaking of getting your act together, Senator Menendez, he was out yesterday in a press conference trying to defend this deal that he took $480,000 in cash, gold bars that had the fingerprint of an Egyptian on it that apparently he was bribing, and a Mercedes-Benz. So in his defense, and this is what, just sit back because it makes total sense now. He was just getting ready for an emergency. So I thought to myself, okay, finally, this makes sense to me. I get it now. You were getting ready for an emergency. My wife said the same thing to me last night. She's like, are we ready? Do we have a flashlight? Do we have batteries? Do we have $480,000 in cash? And I was like, battery check, flashlight check, a little short on the $480,000. And he said that the only reason people are going after him is because he's a Latino. He's a Cuban immigrant. And they were very worried about confiscation back then. So he's been taking money out and putting it in. Isn't it more concerning the United States senator has $500,000 in cash in his house in a jacket stuffed in the pockets with his name on it? I mean, it's one thing if he had it in some kind of bunker that was safe and he could make some, with a bunch of food and he was, this is a guy who's stuffing it in a jacket. That's not exactly looking to me like you're preparing for the apocalypse there, buddy. I mean, seriously. And the thing that's so interesting is that, as I mentioned yesterday, he was indicted 8-9 years ago and got off on a hung jury. And that time he made it clear. This was like New Jersey style. He's like, if you're not with me, I'm going to come after you. And this is no kidding. But the walls are starting to creep in. The governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy, he said he needs to resign. Another congressman from New Jersey, Andy Kim, he said he's going to primary him. But then his colleagues, Tammy Baldwin, Montana's John Tester, Pennsylvania's Bob Casey, Peter Welch from Vermont, Sherrod Brown of Ohio on the banking committee where he used to be, all said in Fetterman that he needed to resign. Drip, drip, drip. Now, of course, Chuck Schumer can't be found. The White House, they got nothing to say. They're going to let the judicial. It's amazing. They have nothing to say. It's amazing that how many of these guys, I think on both sides, that the last time he had this wall, no one, broke through it because he was very clear. I'm coming after you if you come after me, if you don't stand in solidarity with me. This time, I think people with a brain are saying, I'm not defending a guy who had gold bars with the fingerprint of the guy that he was allegedly bribing. And he can't explain it. He didn't mention that at all yesterday, did he?